Let's take a look inside an iPhone's vibration alert system. This is an iPhone X. The vibration system in this phone is referred to as a taptic engine. Using a 3D animation, let's see how the taptic engine works. This is an iPhone X. The vibration system is referred to as a taptic engine. The taptic engine in this phone is very similar to all iPhones after the iPhone 6. We will look at Apple's prior alert system later on in this animation. Once the screen is lifted off, you can now see some of the internal parts of the iPhone. It's interesting to note that the iPhone X has 2 battery cells. Apple has done this to maximize the battery space throughout the phone. The component we are interested in is the taptic engine right here. Let's take a closer look inside the taptic engine to understand how it works. The taptic engine on iPhone X is made up of 4 layers. Let's look at the bottom layer and work our way up. The first component is the casing. The casing, made of metal, holds all the components together. The casing also transfers the movement of the engine to the iPhone body to alert the user. The next layer is a series of copper coils that are fastened to the bottom of the casing with an adhesive. The coils are connected to electricity. As electricity passes through the coils, due to the principles of electromagnetism, a magnetic field is generated. The direction of flow of the electrons determines whether the inside or outside of the coil is positive, shown in red, or negative, shown in blue. The next layer in the engine is a layer of permanent magnets. The magnets are encased in a metal casing with band springs on either side. The polarity of these magnets do not change, but the magnets will slide back and forth as the magnetic field pushes them. The last layer to the taptic engine is another series of copper coils. These coils are very similar to the first set. Here's an animation of the 3 main components working together. As the electrical current, shown as the green arrow, is fed through the coils, a magnetic field is generated. You can see the permanent magnets moving to align themselves with the active coil. Once aligned, the current will then flow through the opposite set of coils. The permanent magnets then try to realign themselves with the new set of active coils. This process is repeated over and over extremely quickly. Here's what the springs look like as they react to the movement of the permanent magnets. This can all happen 60 times a second, so this is of course slowed down. Here's what it looks like when it is actually vibrating at full speed. The greatest feature of this design is the acceleration of the engine. The taptic engine can get into full speed with just 1 cycle. This enables the possibility of tiny bursts of vibrations to simulate buttons and switches. As I mentioned before, this design is relatively new for Apple. Before the iPhone 6s, an eccentric rotating mass vibration system was used. This is an unbalanced mass spinning by a motor. Although this is an iPhone X, this is where you would find it on previous models of iPhones. Let's take a closer look of how it works. This vibration system also has 4 main components. First, we have 2 leads that power the motor. When a current is fed to the motor, it spools up to max RPM in about 10 revolutions. The next component is the casing. This is not the casing of the actual motor, but rather just attaches the motor to the iPhone. The third component is what gives us our vibrations. This is the eccentric mass. It's fastened to the motor and spins around the motor's central axis. Let's look how it works. The principle behind the eccentric mass vibration system can be explained by the axis of rotation, the green arrow, and its center of mass, the red arrow. The center of mass is slightly offset from the center of rotation. When spun, the uneven centripetal force, shown as the vertical red arrow, pulls the weight away from the center of rotation, causing the motor to want to move around. When spun very fast, this simulates vibrations. And this is how your phone vibrates. Thanks for watching.